What's going on, Bills fans? This is Bills Latest. I am your host, Michael Korn. We are brought to you by FanArc. And just like that, Bosa sidelined 1 to 2 weeks with a hammy. He's missing at least this weekend. That is one guy, that defense, besides Benford, who was just named AFC East player, defensive player of the week. You can't lose this guy. You cannot lose Bosa. Bosa has been a wrecking ball. They cannot continue to lose this guy. So you need to sit him down this week. You need to give him the break. Because we were kind of mentioning, you can't get hurt. We can't afford injuries right now. We just brought in Darius Slay. I mean, okay. He was just let go by the Steelers, who we carved up. I mean, I guess that's an okay pickup. But our secondary has been playing awesome. It's losing Bosa, if he isn't back within a few games, could be the deal breaker for this defense. And it's such a shame too, because the guy's been playing through a lot already this year. It was almost kind of just a matter of time before this guy found the IR for a week or two. But man, just when things are starting to look up as Buffalo fans again, you get this news. And usually miss 1 to 2 weeks means he's at least missing one. And if somehow the Bills if they can rest him, they need to. Because that's a guy you're going to need for the playoff push. He has been the one guy constantly getting pressure on the quarterback. So I think this is a sneaky big loss right now for Buffalo. And again, this is a team that cannot afford any more injuries. Bringing in Slay should say something. Guy used to be electric, but he was just cut by the Steelers. Just let go. So hopefully Bosa's healthier sooner than later, because again, I think if they lose out on Bosa, it's going to be very hard for this Bills team to make a real push here. And then you got McDermott coming out talking about Coleman, how he expects him to rebound, how he expects him to be professional now. He only had 3 targets. I don't expect him to do anything. He's rarely open. Why are we putting this much effort into a guy who clearly isn't the guy? Move on. You brought in Davis. You brought in Cooks. Just move on. Guy had his shot. It's not like we didn't give him ample opportunity. He just didn't want to put in the work. He'd rather dance on the sidelines. So why are we giving this guy even more? And this is why I don't think people buy into the coaching staff. They're all talk. Yeah, sure, you brought in other wide receivers. But what? Because he was your wide receiver 1 that you drafted, you got to try to hammer home that he can still be a number 1. He's not. He never will be. He's not fast enough. He's not smart enough. So I just don't understand why so much time and effort is being put into Keon Coleman. I don't get it. After this year, move on. And if I were to make a guess, the Bills will make some sort of move for Justin Jefferson, giving up the farm for him. But they wouldn't give up a 2026 pick for Waddle. Clueless, this organization, when it comes to wide receivers, and apparently the head coaches. Guy doesn't need another chance. He's been given ample amounts of opportunity. He does nothing with it. Move on. You got Cooks, you got Davis. Just Shakir, like there's other options out there. Again, this is a running team to begin with. Run the football with Cook, excuse me. Like you saw how effective that was. You do that, then Josh really, I guess, doesn't need a wide receiver. Yes, it would be tremendous help, and yes, it would definitely open a lot of things up. However, if you run the football like that, it does not matter. It does not matter. And hopefully Kincaid, he was limited today in practice, still with that hamstring, but also a knee now on that injury report. But I expect Kincaid to kind of play this weekend. I think we'll see him out there. And that's been Josh's go-to. So now if you get Kincaid back in the lineup with Davis, with Cooks, with Shakir, you almost got to force the ball to Coleman because he doesn't create his own separation. So he's just out there merely taking up space. So again, I don't even see how he fits in this scheme anymore, especially with the addition of Gabe Davis, who Josh feels comfortable with. And again, Kincaid coming back. Josh looks to his tight ends way more than any wide receiver. Shakir gets the most targets. Then you saw him work in Cooks. You saw him work in Davis. Shavers here and there. Coleman had 3 targets. Kincaid is going to make an impact on this game, especially if he plays. If he plays, that means he's healthy enough to be playing. Because we saw with Knox and Hawes that we could let him sit another week if he needed to get back. So if he plays, I expect him to have a good game. And I think if that happens, that's going to open up people like Cooks, Shakir, Gabe Davis. And especially if they continue to run the ball with Cook, which, again, if they don't, again, that's the team's identity. Then they truly haven't figured anything out. Because that is how they're going to win football games. Run the football, get those defensive turnovers. It sucks losing Bosa, but it's got to be the next man up mentality. Because, again, this is pretty bad timing for Buffalo. Coming down the home stretch, trying to make that playoff push. We got to get and stay healthy. And it's going to come down to, if some of these games are in the pocket, give these guys a little rest. You have to. That is one downfall of having our bye week so early on in the season. It was nice because it actually got, if I don't even know if you Bills fans remember, but they were off track a little bit. Helped them get back on track. They needed it, but now they need it more so for the physical health to get healthy. You don't want injuries now. You don't want injuries ever, but especially now. Because now you flirt with, can you get back in time and healthy enough to make a playoff push? And again, Bosa, I think, is a sneaky, big problem if he cannot go and play after this week. He's not going to play this week. I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. And he really shouldn't, especially if it's expected 1 to 2 weeks as is. Take at least the 1 week. You're playing the Bengals. You should handle the Bengals. So we'll see what happens with all these injuries starting to pile up, bringing in Darius Slay, you're getting Kincaid back. It's all a crapshoot right now. Again, it's going to come down to, can you get and stay healthy and make that final playoff push? But that's been Bill's Latest for today. I was your host, Michael Korn. Again, we were brought to you by FanArc. We hope you guys hit that like and subscribe button down below. Again, we appreciate that very much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much.